When you have orchid plants with yellowing or rotting leaves, don't throw them away immediately. This simple method will help revive your orchids quickly. Any leaves showing mold, black spots, yellow slime, or any signs of bacteria must be removed immediately. Mold always develops from the base and spreads upwards, so even if the top is still green, if the base is infected, it must be cut off completely to prevent further spread. In addition to English, we now have voiceovers in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian. To help you understand the content more easily, listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on the settings gear icon to select the appropriate audio language. Next, remove all the grown medium from the base of the plant. This is a crucial step because the old growing medium often contains black mold, bacteria, and decaying debris. When removed, you will see many damaged roots, soft roots, black roots, dry and broken roots. All these roots are no longer able to nourish the plant, so they must be completely removed. We will remove all the old growing medium. When you separate the inner layer of medium, you will clearly see that it has completely rotted and the roots are almost entirely damaged. Many roots have no living roots left. This is the reason why the plant is weakened. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to support me and so you don't miss any orchid care tips. It's great to have you as a companion on this journey. If the orchids you bought are in this condition, you should do the same. Almost all of these roots are dry and damaged. Leaves that are fungal, moldy, or show signs of bacteria must be immediately destroyed and removed far away from the garden area. After removing the growing medium, check the base and the tip. Any roots that are dry, black, or rotten should be completely removed. Only keep the roots or the base that are still fresh and have living tissue. This is the only foundation for the plant to recover. Check again. Any parts that are completely dry should be disposed of completely, while any parts that are still green should be kept. If the tip is dry or shriveled, use sharp scissors to cut it to determine the extent of damage. All the old growing medium and diseased leaves must be collected and destroyed far away, absolutely avoiding bringing them back to the garden area. Next, we will take the plant outside to thoroughly clean the entire stem, roots, and leaves. Using clean water, rinse the entire orchid plant carefully to wash away mold, bacteria, and any residue left over from the rot. Washing the plant with clean water before treatment and recovery is an extremely important step. Which country are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments. It's wonderful that we can connect and chat with each other from all over the world. A thoroughly cleaned plant will absorb nutrients more effectively, and the recovery process will be faster, stronger, and more noticeable. Once the plant is clean and well ventilated, we will set it aside to prepare for the next step. Next, we prepare a clean container. Then, pour in 1 liter of clean filtered water to make the treatment solution for the orchid. This is the standard amount of water to mix the nutrients in the next step, ensuring the plant absorbs the correct concentration and recovers effectively. Next, we'll prepare baking soda to disinfect the plants. Baking soda prevents fungal diseases, especially powdery mildew, deodorizes organic fertilizers, and slows down pest infestations on orchids. I use 1 teaspoon of baking soda, measuring it precisely for maximum effectiveness. Then, add it directly to a glass of water and stir well until the baking soda is completely dissolved. Next, I prepared a clean container. The entire orchid plant will be placed inside the container for treatment. Position the plant neatly, with the roots facing downwards for maximum contact with the solution. Then, I poured the entire prepared baking soda solution into the container, soaking the entire base and roots to allow the solution to penetrate deeply, thoroughly disinfecting and preparing for the next recovery step. Once fully submerged, we will leave it for 30 minutes to allow the solution to penetrate, disinfect and eliminate any remaining mold on the roots and base. I used an aloe vera leaf, a restorative ingredient for orchids, because aloe vera contains a large amount of vitamins and minerals that help orchids regenerate tissue, stimulate root growth, and revive very quickly. Then, I used a knife to slice the aloe vera into small, clean pieces to easily dissolve and release the nutrients. On the Blissful Garden channel, you can also find many ways to make homemade organic fertilizers from familiar kitchen ingredients. These are not only cost-effective but also help plants grow sustainably. So, we have prepared the aloe vera for the next processing step. Next, I will take a clean container and place it on the work surface. Then, I will put all the cut aloe vera into the container to prepare for the nutrient solution mixing step. Once the aloe vera is fully placed in the container, we will move on to the next processing step. Next, I will pour exactly half a liter of clean water into the container to begin dissolving and activating the nutrients from the aloe vera. Next, I will use a blender to thoroughly grind all the aloe vera in the container, ensuring the nutrients dissolve completely into the water. Once finely ground, we immediately filter out all the sediment, keeping only the pure aloe vera juice to use for the orchid. Next, I will prepare a clean container and filter out all the sediment from the blended mixture. We must remove all the pulp to retain the pure aloe vera juice. The remaining sediment will be completely discarded. This way, we will obtain clear aloe vera juice, ready for use in the process of treating and restoring orchids. Next, I will add 500 milliliters of clean filtered water to the container. Then, we will add vitamin B1 to help the orchid withstand environmental changes, stimulate strong root growth, improve nutrient absorption, promote greener and healthier leaves, and increase resistance. We will add 3 vitamin B1 tablets. Continue stirring, gently fanning the mixture until completely dissolved. Once the B1 has dissolved, let it sit for about 30 minutes to allow the solution to stabilize before use. The orchid has been soaked for 30 minutes, allowing nutrients and active ingredients to penetrate deep into the tissue cells, helping to disinfect the entire surface. Next, after 30 minutes of incubation, the aloe vera and vitamin B1 mixture was completely dissolved. I prepared a jug and poured out the nutrient solution for use. Now, let's take the orchid out. This plant is very weak, so the treatment must be precise. I used a soft cotton ball, soaked it in the aloe vera B1 solution, and wiped the entire surface of the leaves. The top surface was cleaned of dust and fungus, and the underside was opened to allow the nutrients to penetrate the leaf tissue, helping the plant recover faster. What kind of orchids are you growing? Please leave a comment below so I can create a detailed, personalized orchid care guide tailored to the specific characteristics and needs of that orchid variety. After wiping, the leaves were clean and absorb well. Next, I will immerse the entire root system in the aloe vera plus B1 nutrient solution so that the roots are completely submerged. Soak the roots for 25 minutes. After soaking for 25 minutes, the entire orchid root system has absorbed nutrients, penetrating deep into the tissue grooves, helping the plant accumulate the necessary nutrients for recovery and new root growth. Immediately afterward, I will remove the plant, let it drain gently, and then proceed with the next step. Next, I'll use this discarded plastic bottle to make the planting tool. Cut to the necessary length, discarding any excess. We'll only keep the net of the bottle. Remove the lid. And just like that, we have the exact parts we need for the next processing step. Next, I will use scissors to cut and separate each branch, dividing them appropriately to create a sturdy support base for the plant. With stable support points, the entire orchid stem will stand upright, not tilt, and its growth potential will be much stronger. Then, I take a piece of soft cotton, gently stretching it to create length and breathability for the contact area. After preparing it, I place a piece of cotton on this position, securing it to provide maximum support for the plant. Next, we proceed to the next step. Next, I took another piece of cotton and cut it into a long, neat strip exactly the size needed. That completed the preparation of the plant's placement, ensuring enough softness and support for it to stand firmly and grow steadily. Next, I used hot glue. I heated the tip of the glue, then applied it directly to the wound on the orchid stem. This layer of glue quickly disinfects the area and creates a barrier to prevent water from accumulating and seeping back into the stem. Once the cut was completely sealed, I removed the plant and proceeded to the next planting step. Next, I prepared a glass container. Then I placed the base with the wick facing the right direction to draw moisture upwards. Next, I positioned the plant in its designated spot. This stem, sealed with hot glue, would prevent water from seeping back up and completely block bacteria and mold. Once everything was in place, I placed the plant in its proper position and began the next step of caring for it. Next, I use clean filtered water. Pour it directly into the bottom of the growing medium, just enough so that the water barely touches the neck of the bottle. This water level will create stable humidity and be drawn upwards, acting as a moisture-retaining wick to keep the orchid adequately hydrated. If you don't have purified filtered water, you can use boiled and cooled water. The main purpose is to eliminate bacteria and mold, ensuring a clean environment for stronger and more stable plant growth. Next, I placed a lid on top. The lid already has ventilation holes to allow oxygen circulation and prevent stuffiness. Then, I secured it with tape at 2 points to prevent it from shifting, ensuring the entire system remains sealed and stable, preventing mold and insect infestation. And that completes the planting process. During maintenance, I check the water level every 3 days. If the water is low, I add more. If the water is cloudy or dirty, I replace it immediately. Also, every 3 days, I lightly spray the leaves with a spray bottle to maintain humidity for the orchid. Finally, place the plant in a shady, well-ventilated area with gentle light. Absolutely avoid direct sunlight. With these conditions, the orchid will stabilize, recover, and grow vigorously. So, after 2 weeks, the results are clear. Our orchid has revived strongly, with new roots sprouting thickly, evenly, and healthily. We remove the lid to examine the base more closely. The young root tips are continuously growing, a sign that the plant has absorbed well and reactivated the entire growth process. So, after only 2 weeks, the orchid has fully recovered and is beginning to develop strong roots again. Our next step is simply to continue maintaining proper moisture and a consistent care regimen to help the plant recover even faster. I will water and mist regularly to maintain moisture for the plant. Spraying directly onto the leaves helps them retain water better and supports faster recovery. We'll add more filtered water to the plant. I'll pour just enough water so that the water level reaches the rim of the bottle, allowing the water to be drawn up and maintain stable moisture for the roots. Next, I'll place the plant back in its original location, a well-ventilated shady spot with gentle light so it can continue to grow and develop steadily. And here are the results after the next 2 weeks. After just 14 more days, our orchid has revived, its leaves are fresher, and its roots are noticeably stronger and longer. Now I'll lift the plant out to check the new roots are thick, healthy, and spreading evenly, proving that the plant has absorbed nutrients very well. Once the plant is stable like this, we will take it out and plant it in a new growing medium. This is a necessary step to help the plant acclimate to its natural environment, allowing it to adapt quickly, stay healthy, and continue to grow sustainably. After that, we just need to place the plant in its new location and let it reintegrate into its natural habitat. The plant will grow much stronger and more stable. Next, we'll transplant the orchid into a new pot. Repotting helps the plant adapt better to the environment and recover more vigorously. I use a well-ventilated pot with many holes to ensure the roots are always aerated. First, I line the bottom of the pot with a layer of lightweight foam to create aeration and allow water to drain quickly. Then, I add about 1/3 of the potting mix to create a base. The main potting mix I'm using today is shredded pine bark. This type drains quickly, doesn't retain moisture for too long, and is extremely suitable for orchids recovering. Next, I place the plant in the correct position and mound the shredded pine bark around the base. This planting method helps the orchid roots to aerate, establish themselves quickly, and develop strongly in a more natural environment. With proper planting techniques, the plant will stabilize very quickly and produce much healthier new roots. Next, I took a metal rod and bent it into a U-shape to make a support. Then, I placed the orchid in the correct position and fixed the U-shaped rod into the pot. After that, I used a small iron hook to secure the stem and leaves, helping the plant stand firmly and preventing it from wobbling during the recovery process. Once the plant was securely fixed, I covered the base with a layer of moss to retain moisture. This moss helps maintain stable moisture for the roots and creates conditions for the plant to sprout new, healthier roots more quickly. So, we've finished planting the orchid in its new pot. The plant is now stable and standing upright. Next, I'll prepare the fertilizer, still the aloe vera and vitamin B1 mixture we prepared earlier. I'll use a specialized watering can to begin caring for the plant. Every 2 weeks I'll water the base and roots with this fertilizer, and also spray it evenly on the leaves to increase humidity and help the plant recover quickly. On normal days, I'll just mist the leaves and growing medium with clean water to maintain optimal moisture balance. After watering, I soak the pot for about 20 minutes to allow the roots to absorb enough water, then lift it out to drain. During this stage, the plant needs a stable environment, so I'll place the pot outside in the garden in a place with gentle sunlight, good ventilation, and some shade. This is the ideal condition for photosynthesis, new root development, and adaptation to the natural growing medium. Plants cared for using this method will be healthy, grow sustainably, and recover extremely quickly in their natural outdoor environment. Next, here are the results of the care process. The orchid has sprouted a healthy red shoot, a sign that the plant is growing extremely vigorously. New shoots have emerged. The leaves are dark green, and the stem is sturdy. When we put our heart and love into the plant, the orchid will respond accordingly. Explosive growth, lush leaves, clearly defined red shoots, and roots growing all the way to the rim of the pot. Look here, the entire root system has sprouted healthy white shoots, proving that the plant has fully Just continue caring for it properly like this, and soon the plant will have a complete set of leaves, roots, and shoots, ready to enter the flowering stage. Typically, after only 4 months of proper care, the orchid will give us a vibrant, long-lasting, and extremely pleasing flowering season. With healthy roots, new shoots, and green leaves, the plant will certainly grow strongly and steadily, heading straight towards the next flowering cycle. How to effectively revive diseased orchid. Today I'll guide you on how to care for orchids at home using an extremely simple yet incredibly effective method. In a short time, you will see new roots grow, leaves turn green again, and flowers begin to bloom. Don't throw away orchids that are diseased like this just because you see yellowing, rotting leaves and missing tips. With proper treatment, the chances of recovery are still very high. However, first we need to thoroughly address the source of the disease. Here, you can see the withered, soft leaves. These parts contain many bacteria and mold. Therefore, the first step is to remove all these damaged leaves. Remember to collect and dispose of them far away, absolutely not near the orchid-grown area, as the risk of infection is very high. Careful observation will reveal that the leaves are rotting from the inside, soft and mushy as if boiled. This is the breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. These parts must be completely removed. Next, we check the roots. These plants are often grown industrially, using a lot of fertilizer pellets and chemical fertilizers. When brought home for care, the plants are very susceptible to fertilizer shock, exhaustion, and loss of shoots. Many roots are rotten and completely damaged, containing a large number of bacteria and mold. Therefore, in this step, we will remove all remaining fertilizer pellets and completely remove the old, decayed and infected growing medium. This helps to cut off the source of disease and create conditions for the plant to recover safely. Besides English, we now have voiceovers in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on the settings gear icon to select the appropriate audio language. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to support me and so you don't miss any orchid care tips. It's great to have you as a companion on this journey. Thus, we have removed all the damaged roots and old growing medium from the orchid. After this cleaning step, the plant is ready to proceed with the next steps, helping it to revive and grow again in our garden. Next, we proceed with pruning and trimming the orchid. I will take a sharp pair of scissors and cut off all damaged, rotten or crushed roots. These roots are no longer able to absorb nutrients and, if left intact, will become a source of disease for the plant, so they must be removed. Observe carefully. Damaged, soft, or dark roots should be cut off decisively without hesitation. That completes the process of removing the damaged roots. Which country are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments. It's wonderful that we can connect and chat with each other from all over the world. Next, we address the top of the plant. For plants with dead tops, I will completely cut off the damaged part, continuing until the top tissue is still green and healthy. This helps the plant focus on nourishing new shoots and prevents disease from spreading downwards. Afterward, we clean the leaves, removing any dirt, damaged tissue, or remaining signs of infection. In this step, the orchid has been neatly pruned, with all damaged roots and dead tops thoroughly removed. The plant is now ready to move on to the next treatment step, which helps to resist fungi and bacteria, keeping the plant disease-free so it can grow again. Next, we will take the orchid out to thoroughly clean it with clean water. Before proceeding with any treatment or care steps, rinsing the plant with clean water is mandatory. Water will help wash away all the dirt, mold and bacteria clinging to the surface of the leaves and stem, thereby reducing the risk of disease later on. I use a clean water hose to gently spray, focusing on the top and bottom surfaces of the leaves, the areas most prone to accumulating dirt and mold. What kind of orchids are you growing? Please leave a comment below so I can create a detailed, personalized orchid care guide tailored to the specific characteristics and needs of that orchid variety. Thus, after this step, the orchid is thoroughly cleaned, the leaves are airy, and the plant surface is safer for the next steps. Next, I will take the plant outside and proceed with the next care steps to help it recover quickly and healthily. Moving on to the next step, I have prepared 1000 milliliters of clean filtered water. Next, we will use potassium permanganate, a solution with excellent antibacterial and antifungal properties, especially suitable for treating and restoring orchids. I add 10 drops of potassium permanganate directly to the prepared water. Then, I stir well to completely dissolve the potassium permanganate in the water, creating a diluted disinfectant solution that is safe for the plant but still effective enough to kill harmful mold and bacteria. Next, I prepared a clean container. Then, I placed the entire orchid plant in the container, from roots and stem to leaves, ensuring it was completely submerged. Next, I poured the prepared potassium permanganate solution into the container. The purpose of this step is to disinfect and kill any remaining mold and bacteria on the orchid. We completely submerge the plant, leaving no part of the roots or leaves untouched. The soaking time is approximately 30 minutes. I use an aloe vera leaf as a natural fertilizer to care for my orchids. Aloe vera is rich in nutrients containing vitamin C, vitamin E, and many essential minerals, which help orchids increase their resistance, limit fungal diseases, and harmful agents. Next, I will proceed to cut the aloe vera into thin, small slices. Slicing the aloe vera into small pieces helps the nutrients inside to be released and dissolve more quickly when used, thus allowing the orchid to absorb them more effectively. On the Blissful Garden channel, you can also find many ways to make homemade organic fertilizers from familiar kitchen ingredients. These are not only cost-effective but also help plants grow sustainably. So, we have prepared the aloe vera in small pieces, ready for the next step in the orchid care process. Next, I will prepare a clean container, then peel all the prepared aloe vera and put it directly into the container. Next, I will use oatmeal. Oatmeal contains many B vitamins and important minerals such as potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen, which are very good for the recovery and growth of orchids. I will take about 3 tablespoons of oatmeal and put it into the prepared container. Then add 500 milliliters of hot water to help release the nutrients faster, creating a suitable nutrient solution for orchid care in the following steps. After adding hot water, I stir it well, then seal it tightly. Next, I take the solution outside to the garden, place it in a cool, airy place to let it ferment for a day. Next, after soaking the orchid in an antibacterial and antifungal solution for 30 minutes, I will remove the entire plant, including the roots and base. This ensures the entire root system is disinfected, fungicides are eliminated, and harmful insects are repelled, helping the plant recover and stabilize. Once completed, I will take the plant outside for further treatment and recovery. Next, I will lift the orchid out and prepare cinnamon powder to disinfect it. Cinnamon powder has excellent antifungal and antibacterial properties, especially effective in treating cuts and open wounds on the orchid stem and roots. I sprinkle the cinnamon powder directly onto all the wounds, both on the stem and the cut root sections, checking carefully to ensure no areas are missed. This step helps prevent rot and fungal infections from recurring, while also promoting faster wound healing. After disinfection, I place the orchid in a dry, well-ventilated area to allow the wounds to dry completely. Once the surface is dried, we can proceed with replanting, ensuring the plant's safety and better recovery. Next, I will prepare the growing medium using shredded pine bark. I will use the remaining potassium permanganate solution to disinfect the growing medium before planting. I pour the potassium permanganate solution into the pine bark and soak it completely, the purpose being to eliminate any remaining mold and bacteria in the medium. The growing medium will be soaked for about an hour. Next, after about an hour of soaking for disinfection, I will remove the entire growing medium. At this point, bacteria and mold have been completely eliminated, and the medium is safe for the orchid. I let the growing medium drain completely, ensuring no excess water remains, to prevent root rot after planting. Next, we replant the orchid in a new pot. While use a pot with many drainage holes, ensuring good aeration and quick drainage to prevent waterlogging and root rot. At this point, the wounds on the orchid have been disinfected and completely dried, so we can safely proceed with planting. I place the orchid in the pot, then use a substrate of crushed pine bark that has been disinfected beforehand. Next, I layer the pine bark, securing the orchid in the center of the pot. Larger pieces of pine bark are gently inserted into the root gaps, helping to keep the plant upright while still ensuring good aeration for the roots. Finally, I gently tap around the sides of the pot, allowing the pine bark to settle and fill the gaps between the orchid roots. This ensures the roots are firmly secured, preventing loosening, while maintaining good aeration, creating ideal conditions for the orchid to recover quickly and grow steadily. Next, I took a plastic-coated metal rod and bent it into a U-shape. This U-shaped rod will serve as a support to hold the orchid leaves in place, helping the plant stand firmly in the initial stages after planting. I gently lifted the orchid leaf, then clamped the U-shaped rod in place, creating a stable support to prevent the leaf from falling over and to avoid disturbing the roots. Then, I used butterfly clips to secure it further, ensuring the orchid leaf remained stable and wouldn't be shaken by the wind. Next, I covered the rim of the pot with a thin layer of cotton and moss. Note that the moss and the entire growing medium had been pre-treated to remove fungi and bacteria. This moss helps retain moisture, promoting the growth of new roots and better anchorage in the growing medium. After planting, I moved the orchid pot to the garden, placing it in a shady, well-ventilated location with gentle sunlight. For the first 24 hours, we don't need to intervene or water further, allowing the root system to fully stabilize, after which we can begin normal care. After 24 hours of incubation, our aloe vera and oatmeal mixture has undergone a slight fermentation, at which point the nutrients have been released into liquid form. I stirred it again, then filtered out all the residue. Next, I prepared a clean container and carefully filtered out the aloe vera and oatmeal sediment, keeping only the clear liquid. The result is a bottle of nutrient-rich aloe vera oatmeal solution, ready to use for caring for and restoring orchids, helping them grow healthier and more stable. Next, I added 500 milliliters of clean filtered water, equivalent to half a liter, and stirred well to dilute the lightly fermented oatmeal and aloe vera solution. Once the solution reached the appropriate consistency, I placed the orchid in it and began caring for it, using this mixture to nourish the plant, helping the roots absorb nutrients better, allowing the plant to recover quickly and grow steadily. Next, I took a soft cotton pad, soaked it evenly with the prepared oatmeal solution, and gently wiped all the orchid leaves. On the upper surface of the leaves, this helps remove dirt and mold, making the leaf surface cleaner and brighter. On the underside of the leaves, we completely clean away mold, bacteria, and insects that hinder the plant's growth. When the leaves are cleaned, the stomata open, allowing the plant to photosynthesize better and absorb nutrients more efficiently. Next, I prepared a spray bottle, filled it with nutrient solution, and sprayed it directly onto the orchid. We sprayed evenly on both the upper and lower surfaces of the leaves to clean away any remaining dirt and mold, while simultaneously allowing the nutrients to penetrate directly through the leaf surface. The aloe vera and oat solution, after mild fermentation, creates an environment for beneficial microorganisms to thrive, helping to inhibit and eliminate harmful bacteria, thereby increasing resistance and promoting more stable orchid growth. If we don't spray the leaves, we can switch to watering the roots directly, allowing the nutrients to travel through the roots, nourishing the stem and leaves effectively. Next, I prepared a watering can, filled it with a diluted natural fertilizer solution, and then watered the orchid directly. When watering, focus on the roots and growing medium so the plant can absorb nutrients upwards, nourishing the stem, leaves, and flower stalks, helping the plant grow stronger and more stable. With this type of nutrient solution, once every 2 weeks is sufficient to maintain the plant's health. During regular care, water and mist the plant every 3 days with clean filtered water to maintain stable moisture for the roots and leaves, preventing dryness but also avoiding water. After fertilizing, soak the pot for about 20 minutes to allow the roots and growing medium to absorb the maximum amount of nutrients. After this time, remove the pot to drain, then place the plant outdoors in a shady, well-ventilated area with gentle sunlight, creating ideal conditions for the orchid to continue growing and developing sustainably. After a month of care, our orchid has recovered and is growing almost normally again. There were times when it seemed the plant was exhausted, even needing to be discarded, but thanks to proper care, perseverance, and dedication, the orchid not only came back to life but also sprouted small new shoots, a clear sign of its revival. Observing the roots closely, we see that the root system has recovered strongly, with new roots growing thick, healthy, and spreading evenly around the rim of the pot. The stem and leaves are developing more symmetrically and the plant's vitality has been noticeably restored. A beautiful, healthy root system is the foundation for continued stable growth and new shoots in the next stage. The orchid has fully recovered thanks to the meticulous care of the grower, who is always patient, diligent, and understands the plant's natural growth rhythm. When we care for plants with observation, knowledge, and love, the orchid will respond with lush, strong, and vibrant growth. From here, we continue to maintain an environmentally friendly care regimen, utilizing natural fertilizers from the garden and kitchen, helping the plants grow sustainably, safely, and for the long term. Continue to supplement with aloe vera and oatmeal every 2 weeks. This is key to helping the orchids recover quickly, develop strong roots, vigorous shoots, and stable growth in the future. The results after the next month showed that our orchid was growing beyond expectations. The root system was very strong, spreading out and firmly anchoring itself around the pot. The seedling was growing steadily, with new leaves that were dark green, thick, and sturdy, and young roots that were long and healthy, showing excellent vitality. Once the mother plant had fully recovered, the seedling would continue to maintain and develop the lineage, preparing for beautiful flowering seasons to come. The entire foliage was lush green again, clean, and free from any signs of mold or disease. The roots were developing evenly, both old and new, spreading vigorously inside and outside the pot, proving that the plant was stable and absorbing nutrients well. With persistent, proper care and dedication, the orchid will reward you with a profusely growing root system, lush green leaves, and sustainable growth. When we dedicate our full efforts to the plant, the orchid will produce beautiful, consistent flowers year-round. With continued care for another 1 to 2 months, the plant will enter a period of spectacular flowering. Maintain regularity and consistency in care, and the orchid will surely thrive and last a long time. What do you think of my method of caring for this orchid? Don't hesitate to leave a comment and share your thoughts. I really want to hear your feedback and experiences. Every share from you is a valuable source of motivation that helps us learn and love plants more every day. I hope this video helps you better care for your orchids at home. If you find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more simple and natural orchid care tips.